Good morning, good morning, good morning. Every time I read these verses, or mainly that first verse in James, uh, I think to myself, wow, I don't know. It says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. Joyous uh, in the face of various trials. I'm trying to get there. I would like to get there. And sometimes I am there, but it is a difficult um, response for me to have when really bad things happen. Um, I want to be perfect and I want to be complete and I want to lack nothing, but wow, the counting the cost on this one is tough. I'm not going to lie. But then I think of David, and I think, you know what? David withstood a lot of stuff, but God prepared him. God showed him the way. As a kid, he's out in the field, he's a shepherd, and he's protecting his flock. And a bear comes along. Now, I'm sure he didn't jump up and down and say, hot dog, I'm in joyous celebration. I get to go and fight off this bear. I don't think he did that. But he did fight off that bear. And he began a process of learning and understanding that God was with him. And if God is with him, nothing, nothing is impossible. And then he's out there one night and a lion comes. And it's his job to protect the flock. So there he goes. And I'm sure this time he said, God, I'm beginning to believe that you will see me through. And God did. Um, David is experiencing the protection of God's hand. He really has nothing to fear. And he can be joyous because he knows that it will be God who brings about victory. And now we see a little later on, he's got a really big test. I mean, this is big because Goliath was a giant, and all of the mighty men of Israel were scared to death of him. They found no joy in facing Goliath. But David said, who is this Philistine that he laughs at my God? He can't do that, and I'm not going to let him. So he rushes out there with a slingshot and 5 stones to take on this giant. And this giant looks at him and laughs and says, boy, you are in big time trouble. You don't have a chance against me. But David said, oh, I don't have a chance, but I do have a prayer. And God is going to deliver you into my hands today. Not me, God. I'm not big enough, but God is. And sure enough, God protected David. And in the process, he protected all of Israel because it was a winner take all contest. So Joy and trials don't have to be against each other. Um, if we can just turn ourselves over to God, He'll see us through. I pray for you. I pray for me that God would give us that joyous heart, that joyous spirit, and that we would accept it, and that we would know, we would believe, and we would expect God to protect us, regardless of what we face. Thank you very much, and have a great, great day.